Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Today's topic, we're talking about, are you qualified for the call or qualified for the job? So by you clicking on a thumbnail, you should already know we're talking about marriage. We're talking about wife and husbands, okay? All that good stuff. So let's get into it. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. My name is Akeisha Smith.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And welcome to Addicted to Greatness Coaching Podcast, where we educate, motivate, and inspire you to break free of your limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that hinders your ability to create the life you desire. Okay? So today we're talking about qualifications. Are you qualified?
Yep.
I don't know how this is going to go. He's been trying to get this done, but I'm kind of scared. But we're going to have some good conversations. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you qualified?
It's always a good conversation when we get together.
Because it leads to greatness, right?
Conversations that lead to greatness.
Yes. So you want to start this thing off for me?
Yeah, go ahead. Start it off.
Well, I always got to start it off.
Yeah,
okay.
I got to
feel my energy.
Yeah, I got to see where you at.
Feel my vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been in different places on different days. But anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
But before we get started, please be sure to subscribe and like and thumbs up this video, or even share it if you know someone who's thinking about getting married, who's preparing themselves for marriage. This will be a great episode for them, okay? And today we're focusing on wives. Women.
Yeah.
Y'all know how passionate I get, so I'm going to try to be understanding, okay? So today we're talking about, are you qualified? So many people are seeking to become a wife, or their goal is to become a wife, and they're striving and they're trying to figure out why I haven't been married, why I haven't been picked, why I haven't been selected to be a wife. And the question you have to ask yourself, are you qualified for that calling? Because I really believe true in my heart that to be a wife, that is a calling that everyone is called to as a female, but everybody doesn't answer that call. And in order for you to answer that call, it's going to take some self-reflection. It's going to take you going on a journey to becoming that wife. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're a wife. Okay? That's all I got to say on that. Qualifications.
Yeah.
But let me start with this.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I had this question.
Yeah.
Why do the woman have to become the wife, and the husband don't? Like, we not, so caught up on, hey, men, you need to become a husband first. But it's always like, it's always the wife have to become. So,
because the husband is doing the hiring for the job. Did y'all hear what I said?
Explain.
The man is the one who's doing the hiring for the job, because the man decides who he picks as his wife. God gave us the woman, right? He took the woman from our rib, and we decide who. It's a lot of women out here that's kneeling down and proposing to men and whatnot. I don't agree with that. Okay, it's the man who decides if he want to make this woman his wife, if he want her to have his last name. And if you're not qualified for the job, you're not gonna be hired. What you think about that?
And let's talk about qualifications. Just to go in, even though the woman proposed, he still got to accept it. So he still have. He can say no.
I say when women propose, you basically trying to make him be married to you. You're trying to make him do that. So and evidently he ain't coming along fast enough. So you trying to push him into doing that. And let me say something real quick. I want to touch on this. With that situation, you basically you already know, more than likely he probably cheating on you, he probably treating you any kind of way and this and that. And y'all probably been going on for 5 years, and you just tired. You're like, man, if he married me, he not gonna do all this what he been doing to me thus far. He gonna keep on doing that. He gonna keep doing it. He ain't gonna stop doing it because y'all get married. And you trying to push him into being married? No. You need to back up. And the reason I say this is because I have 2 daughters. I probably, if I ever catch them down on their knee, I'm gonna bust them in the back of the head. I'm gonna do that because I don't believe that a woman is supposed to propose to a man. The man picks the wife. He picks the wife. He proposed to the wife and this and that.
Yeah.
I know we're living in different times now, but man, look.
Different times, same rules.
That thing is still the same. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Let's talk about qualifications.
Yeah.
Qualifying for the call. Mm-hmm. What are the qualifications? Like, how do okay, let me start with this.
Yeah.
What do a man need? Listen, ladies.
Yeah.
Listen up, please.
Yeah.
Listen. What do a man need from his wife? You get that?
Yeah.
Because so many times when you ask a woman that, she go off talking about all these tangible things. Their own house, my own car. I make 6 figures. I got my nice shape and body. Everything that you can see is tangible. That's what women think. That's what men need. And men been saying for years, we don't give a dang about that. We don't give a damn about your degree.
No.
We don't give a damn about how much money you make, your body.
No.
We don't care.
No.
We don't, listen, and it's crazy because a woman always be like, well, how did she get with that man? You know, she don't look as good as me. Or you go look at your ex and be like, well, how did he marry her and not marry me?
Yeah.
Because men don't give a care about tangible things. And as women, if you're still stuck on the tangible things of what you can give a man, you're not ready to be married. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're not ready because they can give 2 cents about that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the intangible things. What do a man needs and want from a wife that's intangible, that can't be seen? You know what I'm saying? That's not, that you can't touch, but she still provides that in her household.
Let me say this. A man know within probably the first anywhere from 3 days to a week.
That's quick.
Yeah, he know if he can see you as a potential wife. If you have those wifely qualities, he knows. He knows. And the reason he knows, because a lot of us done been through so many other women. So we know they didn't have the wifely quality that we were looking for. And what do men look for? They look for, let me say this. We as men are hiring our helpmate, right? We need her to help us catapult us into our greatness. And we ain't out here looking for no masculine woman. These women out here, you know, I don't need a man and all that. We're not looking for that. So you ain't got to worry about getting a husband. Because he ain't looking for that. And I need somebody I can mold, somebody I can cultivate, somebody I can, somebody that can help me. Because let me say this. If you're a man like myself, you own multiple businesses. You're a business-minded person. All you need is a woman that say, "Hey, babe, I like what you're doing. Okay, that didn't work, but just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going and keep pushing you. Don't be over there, you mad in the corner and this and that, talking about, you know, where that pill and this and that and all that. No, let me say this: a man need a woman who is willing to go up under the bridge with him if you have to. He's like, I got that. I got that with this woman. I got that with that. I didn't know what I had at first, but I got that with her. She's willing to go up under the bridge with me if we have to, because I'm out here trying to make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. And guess what? Because I got that support, I ain't got somebody yeah all the time talking about, you need to do this, you need to do that. That's the worst thing you could do. That's the worst thing, because he's trying to catapult into his greatness, and you need to help him catapult into his greatness, and you be a helpmate along. And a lot of females be like, well, I can't just follow no man like that. Well, more likely you're not gonna be married.
You're not qualified for the call.
You're not qualified for the call. You're not. If you do get married, you're not gonna stay married.
And even with that, because you said something to the liking of, you know, you're a business minded, you're an entrepreneur. Most men that are business minded, entrepreneur, that hustle, that have multiple streams of income, they need help because they can't only do so much. They only one person, one mind, so they can only do so much. That's why so many millionaires, billionaires, and serial entrepreneurs are married, because that wife come in and help and share the load with them. And I think that's what we have to realize, that as women, it's not for us to be competing for masculinity in a marriage.
Yeah.
It's masculinity shouldn't even be up on the table. It should even be in our forefront. You know, God made us feminine. God gave us a calling. God gave us a position in a marriage that is for us to carry. And also God gave them a calling and a position for them to carry.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you have to realize that a lot of times men need peace. Like the quality I feel that a man will hold up there is peace and respect.
Respect first.
Like they don't care about you making 6 figures. They don't care you have a master's degree. They don't care you have your own car, you debt free. They don't care because if you can do that all for yourself, what can they do for you?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And then you looking like, well, what can you do for me? I can do this. Baby, can you bring this man peace? So he can go out and do that so he can bring you home. So you can now mask in your femininity. So you can become the woman that God called you to be. But you're so I don't know, you're so wrapped up in yourself thinking that, I don't need a man. What I need a man for? If that was the case, God would have never created Eve. You would have never been created if God didn't have a purpose for you in this man's life. Like, you have to realize that, like, are you qualified for the call? It's so many women that, I want to get married. Why I haven't get picked yet? I'm 30, I'm 40, I haven't been married. It's so many women that's in their 60s ain't never been married and they're wondering why. When you go look at their past relationships, you see 9 times out of 10 they're the problem. They are the problem. It ain't the man.
Well, a lot of times their paradigm has been set. Their paradigm was set by their mom. If they seen a man dog their mom out, more than likely they're not gonna want a man. If they seen a man dog their grandmother out or something like that, they more than likely they're not gonna want a man. It's a lot of things. It might be also that they seen their dad cheat. And then when he cheat, their mom and dad separated. So now she looking at the dad looking at all men like her dad now. So she like, well, I ain't gonna get no man because, and then she ended up staying by herself all her life. And then also could be a previous relationship. She let that relationship burn her because he cheated on her or they ended in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Now she basically looking at all men like that, and saying I ain't gonna never get married again because you keep saying that. That's what you're attracting to your life. I'm not gonna never get married again. I'm done with men and this and that. Well, you done with men because ain't no man for to come to you and try to marry you. Yeah.
And even in that, because that is true, that is real life situations and experience. Even in that, I would tell a woman, if you're seeking to be married and you had all these things and you look at a man for the wrong purpose, like the purpose of a man is messed up in your head. This is what I want you to do. Look at what it is to be a wife. Don't forget about the man, because if you're already damaged. Okay, I don't like to say damaged good, but you're already damaged good, so you're gonna attract a damaged good man. You see what I'm saying? So go on a journey to find out what is a wife. What do God call a wife to be? What do a wife bring to her husband, not to her boyfriend, not to her friends with benefits, not to her person she been shacking up. What do a wife brings to her husband? Now, in order for you to get husbands, in order for you to get the benefits and the qualities of a wife, you have to be a husband. You have to look at, what does God call a husband? What is my role as a husband? In order for me to get this wife quality that I'm demanding from my woman or from my wife, I have to become a husband.
Well, I don't necessarily think that's true.
What you mean?
You don't have to become the husband.
No. So what I mean about husband, I'm not saying the nitty-gritty. The whole thing with Adam, when God created Adam, what did he do? He led, right? He knew who he was. And then God gave him a position, a job. That means take your butt to work and provide and take care of things, right? That's what I mean. That's what I mean as a husband. And then God seen that, hey man, you can't do all this by yourself. Now let me pull out your rib a wife to help. So now y'all doing this assignment that I gave Adam together. But yet Adam is still ruler of that assignment, right? So now you can go into this life and create a whole, you can reproduce, create a whole legacy, a whole family, just by you two doing life together. So generations to come. Yes, so that's what I mean. The beginning of why God made Adam and what was the assignment, and then the wife. That's what I mean. So So what else? I forgot what I was
talking man. Let me say this too.
What else, man?
Let me say this too. you want to be a wife, right? You want to be a wife.
I know what I'm saying.
One thing that you're going to have to do, you're going to have to keep your legs closed. Yeah, you have to keep your legs closed. You can't be out here sleeping with all these men, making these, what she called it soul ties. Can't be making all these soul ties and all that, and then expect to find your husband. A lot of women nowadays, they're involved with a man regardless if he's their husband, their boyfriend, or somebody else's husband or somebody else's boyfriend. And you out here involved with somebody else's man, but you waiting for your husband. How does that work? How does that work? You have to close your legs, be by yourself, heal from that previous relationship or whatever you went through, because we all have been through something. We all done been through something. So heal from that, and while you're healing from that, you know what I'm saying, become a wife. Because let me say this. As a boss on the job, right? As a boss on the job, he's hiring for the manager position. He's hiring for this manager position. He already got a manager in that position. But who you think he gonna hire when he decide to replace that manager? He gonna hire the person that's already acting as the manager already, the assistant manager. And if he have multiple assistant managers, he's gonna hire the one that's already acting in that position, already acting in that managerial position, the one that's the most qualified. Yeah. So that's the same thing with a husband. Same thing with a husband. When we get to hiring our wife, we hire. Let me say this too. When me and her got together, I had about 5 or 6 females in rotation. Neither one of them had the white quality. She the one that had the most.
And I was the youngest.
She was the youngest.
18.
She was 18 years old. And she was already carrying herself as a wife before I come through there. She was already carrying herself as a wife. She was in school. She had her own place. She was just, in church, doing a praise dance and all that kind of stuff. So she was already kind of sort of carrying herself as a wife before I even come through that. She wasn't having sex with all these different guys and all that. And I'm like, okay. Now these other females, when I was messing with them, some of them I hit on the first night. How you expect me to be in don't do that. You be my wife and I didn't hit you the first night. I'm thinking in my head after I hit you the first night, I'm thinking you doing this with everybody. And I'm talking about you done went to the nitty gritty, slob on the knob and all that.
Like I
probably shouldn't have said that, huh?
No, that's.
I'm talking about you done did the whole thing. I done got the whole shebang.
Nothing left, nothing to the imagination.
Nothing to the imagination on the first night.
Yeah.
But you expecting me to marry you? No, you just a plaything. I'm gonna play with you and I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on, move on to the next woman. And none of them that you could say that it was the kind of person that I was at that time or whatnot. But I had been hurt in the previous relationship, so I was just doing me. So I was out here just moving around. You know what I'm saying? Moving and shaking. But anyway, go ahead.
But listen.
Yeah.
That didn't even matter because at the end of the day, if you carry yourself as a wife and you hold your position to a higher stance, if you would have came with me with that, like what you was doing with them, I wouldn't bye. Yeah. Like it would have been a no-go because I am a wife. Like I'm not a wife yet, but I am a wife. Yeah. So those same qualities that I hold in me, if you give it to the wrong person, they're going to misuse it. Yeah. And now I have to build myself up again. And then the things that a wife is attracted to, and she's attracted to husband qualities. She's not attracted to community property. Yeah. She's not attracted to that. Like for real, let's be real. You for the streets. Yeah. Like you might be a good time, but I know a good time is going to cause me years of hurt. It's going to cause me a baby I didn't want. It's going to cause me some kind of disease or something. You see what I'm saying? You a good time, yeah, but is it worth trading in my wife's stance? Who I am and who God called me to be? Who God called say, hey, this right here that I put inside you is only for your husband. The love that I put inside you to give to your husband, that's for your husband. Yeah. What's between your legs is for your husband. That peace, shedding your mouth and holding your tongue is for your husband. Like so many, I want people to understand as women, we give so much of ourselves to the wrong person, and then when it's time for us to get married, we can't even give that stuff that we're supposed to give to our husband, to them, because we done left it in every piece of relationship. We done left it. A piece of us then been left in every relationship, and now we became this hard person. That when God brings us our husband, now we gotta go through the trials and tribulations of marriage and trying to work it out, so I can now get back myself, get back the qualities that God instilled in me.
But most people never get that back.
Yes, to get to my husband. But the reason why is because they're not committed. People don't understand commitment and contracts and covenants. Like you when you get married, it's a covenant, it's a contract. Forget covenant. Not saying forget it in that sense, but let's talk worldly. It's a contract. Okay? It is a contract made between both parties. It's an agreement. If you go sign a contract, you can't just say, man, I'm done with this contract and go and free to do what you want to do without paying some kind of repercussion. Like when I was working my salon lease, it didn't matter the excuse or the reason why I wanted to leave my salon. I still had 2 years on my lease. I still had to pay that. It was a contract. It didn't matter the excuse, the reason behind why I need to break this contract. I'm still liable.
She could have easily broke it. And her
credit, had to pay.
Her credit would have been, because he was going to sue her anyway.
Yes, he was going to sue.
Yeah, so her credit would have been bad. She wouldn't have been able to get another place, and then she would have had that big old judgment on her.
Yes.
He was going to get the money regardless, because she signed the contract.
Signed a contract, and that's just with marriage. You sign a contract, a commitment to no matter what, good, bad, ugly, happiness, joy, that I am committed in this contract, and even in the bad times, I'm going to see it through. So I can at least get some benefits of this marriage, of this thing. See it through. But people are not committed. They think it's a contract, oh, it is, whatever. I can do bad by myself. Or I can go to this next person and think the grass is greener on the other side, not knowing that you still got to water the damn grass anyway. And in that grass, it might got snakes. In this grass, it might just got little mosquitoes. Which one you rather have, the snake or the mosquito? I think I go with mosquitoes, because I don't play with snakes. You know what I'm saying? But when you cut that grass, you go, oh, snake. Oof, snakes. Cut this grass. Oh, it's just mosquitoes. Let me just spray something. Like, you rather get stung by a mosquito, get bit by some mosquitoes, or get bit by a snake. This thing that you call the grass is greener on the other side can kill you. Because you want to step outside your marriage, or you don't want to be committed to see the marriage through because of the small foxes that ruin the vine. But that goes with the qualified.
Yeah, the small foxes almost ruined our vine.
It did.
Yeah, but I sit back and I think about, because we struggled. We struggled in the first 7 years. We struggled. And I sit back and think about why we struggle so bad. Why do we struggle so hard? And because this woman, she put me to the test. Put me to the limit. I'm talking about push me to the max. Man. You understand what I'm saying? And as I sit back and think about that, God was building my character. He was building me up for something. He said, he was building me up. He was building me up for where I'm at now, because ain't no way I could be, because I'm running multiple businesses. We got multiple businesses we run together and all different kind of stuff like that, being parents, and he was building me up. He was building me up, and nothing you could tell me to make me not believe that he was building me up, because he definitely because ain't nothing that I can not do now because of the test that she put me through. And
you know what? Because I wasn't easy. I wasn't finna sit here and just settle. So just because you said, like, you was, let's be honest, you was used to women that just, at your knees. Oh, okay, well, let me come wash your stuff. Let me clean. Let me cook for you. Let me just, when you want it, let me, you was used to getting your way. And you was spoiled, to be honest with you, from women. And me, I came like, no, I told you, no, we're not doing it. Like, I was the opposite of what he was used to. So it caused frictions, and not knowing why I was the opposite. I just didn't agree with how the girls he used to date did. I didn't agree with that. That was not my upbringing. So a lot of times we bump heads because I was different. I had my own stance, and God was preparing me to be that wife. Like, I'm not finna sit here. Like, I think our argument was, one of them was, my relationship with God is number one. Like, that's number one for even now, but back then we was dating, it was number one. You're not finna sit here and make me think it's okay for us to have sex outside. We're not married, but we just still having sex. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, everybody doing it. No, I have conviction. My relationship with God, it's not even letting me feel good after we do that.
And that was a big problem.
That was a big problem.
Because we was having sex every single day.
It was not every single day.
Yeah, until she decided she wasn't going to have sex with me no more because she was in a relationship with God. Now, I'm like, hold up now.
Yeah, that was the big, that was a big one.
That was the biggest.
That was a big one.
The biggest problem we had. I'm like, hold up now, hold up.
Yeah.
So you telling me you've been giving me sex all this time, and now all of a sudden you gonna stop? No, that's not gonna work. That's not. And we almost broke up behind that. We almost broke up behind that. She would still give me sex, but it wouldn't be on the extent to what I was getting before. And we would bump heads about that on a regular basis. And I was like, man, this woman is testing me. She is testing me. I need to just leave her alone.
It's too hard. It shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah, I used to tell her that too. I was like, man, this relationship thing shouldn't be this hard, man. This is too hard. And you might say, well, why did you stay with her? It wasn't number God. It wasn't number God. Because let me say this. Men don't like stuff that's just easy. We like to conquer things. Especially myself, especially men that's entrepreneurs and stuff like that. We like to step into new realms and conquer things. Use our mind to conquer this thing. But if you got a woman that's just giving it up so easy, well, I ain't had to do nothing to conquer her, so I'm done with her. You know what I'm saying? I can move on to the next one and see what I can do with her. You're not going to care for that thing because it's easy. Exactly. You didn't have to work hard for it. So you're not going to handle it with care. You're not going to even show reverence or respect to that thing. That's just like when a parent just give their kid a car. They just tear up their first car.
Tear it up.
They tear it up, have all their friends in it and everything. You gave it to them. But if they work, I believe if they work, and they say, well, ain't nobody finna get in my car smoking because, he might burn a hole in the seat or whatnot. They're going to take care of it a whole lot better. You understand? That's the same thing with a woman. And if I have to work hard to get this woman, I'm going to appreciate that woman. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to keep that woman. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because it goes back to tangible and intangible things, right? We are 8 years different. And the women you were dating at the time that you said in rotation, they was a lot older. They probably had kids established. They had their own house. So they was already established, right? They had the tangible things.
Not all of them wasn't established, but some of them that had good jobs and cars and stuff like that.
They were better than me.
Majority of them was doing better than you.
Yeah, they was doing better than me. They had the tangible things. But what an 18-year-old Keisha had was intangible. I knew what it felt like to, hey, let the man lead. Let him have, respect him, love him, be there, support. Hell, I did it for the boyfriend I had before then that made me go celibate. But I was given this quality, so, you know what I'm saying? I knew that was already in me. So that's why I say men don't care about the tangible things. I was 275 pounds when we met. Yeah. I'm quite sure I was the biggest woman you ever been with.
Are you gonna admit that now?
Because tangible.
She never wanted to admit that before, but she admitted it today.
Okay, maybe I think I remember 235.
We letting go of work. We letting go of work.
God,
go on work in 275. Where you were.
But I was the biggest woman that he ever dated. Yeah. I seen some of his girls. They were smaller,
slim and trim like a bicycle.
You know what I'm saying? And women think that, hey, I need to get this BBL. I need to get my body done. I need to look a certain way, because I'm gonna get a man attention. Baby, let's be honest. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other females. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you go put your life on the line and lie on that table and thinking, oh, watch, when I come out, I'm finna bust them. These bitches gonna be mad at me. Oh, I got some. You doing that for us, for the women. Men don't care about that. No. We like a big butt. I like a big butt. But I ain't gonna pass over good qualities because she ain't got a big butt. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna do that. That part.
And I don't care nothing about no titties. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. I never did. But I always kind of liked the nice size butt.
Yeah. So my whole point is. Yeah. You up here trying to get your body perfected and get your body tight and all this stuff and not even worrying about your mind and your heart. What you can give this man. What qualities can you give with your mind? How can you elevate this man? How can you take him to that next level so y'all both together as a family can go to the next level? How much love and loyalty I can give and compassionate and respect I can give from my heart. Like, let me work on these things first, and my body is going to automatically come along because I love this man so much, and because I want to be my best self, my highest self. I'm going to take my health serious for myself and for the legacy that we're building. That is a wife. That is one who's qualified for the call and answer that call. Everybody want to be married, but they're not answering the call. They don't want to qualify for the job. So yeah, that's why I say I didn't want to go in this.
Yeah, well, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
But we got to get together.
I really wanted to do this topic because, we got, as women, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. And another reason why I want to do it because I got 2 girls. I got 2 girls, and I got a lot of teaching to do. A lot of molding. Only thing with my girls, they're gonna be set up. We're gonna have them set up. So all they doing is adding to this man. They're gonna be a wife before they be a wife, and they just gonna add to the man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I know, a lot of men like myself, we ain't looking for no woman that got to have all this and all that. No, we ain't looking for that. We just, want a woman that is moldable, that I can cultivate, that I can see carry my kids and, stuff like that. Yeah, that's all we want. You don't have to have it all together and all that. But hey, I'm not saying don't get yourself together. Don't go out there and chase your dreams and all. I'm not saying that. Do that too. But you don't have to have it all together to find your husband. Become a wife before you become a wife.
That's the whole point. And just to go back with that, not to that, but a little different. When we have these type of conversations, you're going to have women in the comments, I guarantee it. In the comments, point the finger at the man. Well, the man these days, they ain't manly. They ain't husband qualities, and they hoes, and they can't provide. And you know what I'm saying? Baby, you point the finger, but you got 3 pointing back at you.
Pointing right back at you.
It's like, when will the pointing stop? When will accountability take its place? You only can be accountable for yourself. When you get to the end and we sit in judgment, God is not going to ask you what this man did or what this boy did. What did you do with what I gave you? What did you do? Did you become the wife? Did you accept the call that I put on your life to become a wife? Or you said, no, God, because you created these men and they out here not being husbands and they don't know how to lead and all this stuff. Is that the excuse you're going to give God?
Yeah.
He's not going to care. He don't excuse laziness. He don't excuse ignorance. He don't excuse because you want to point the finger and find a scapegoat. He's not going to excuse you for that. He's going to ask you, what did you do? Did you become that wife? Did you do the work? Did you heal? Did you work on yourself? Did you seek me? Do you even have a relationship with me so I can even transform you into be a wife so I
can send you your husband
and show you who your husband is?
Yeah.
Come on now, it's more, ladies. It's more than just saying I want to be married.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Being a wife is a calling.
Yeah.
And everybody is not qualified, okay? Everybody ain't qualified to be a wife.
Everybody ain't qualified to be their wife. Man.
I'm just saying. Sometimes God might just call you to be like, was it Paul? Like, never married with just, was it Paul? Yeah, it was Paul.
One of them.
Yeah, call you to be just not married just to yourself. Like, no sex, no nothing.
Yeah.
Is that do Mormons do that? Is that Mormons or monks?
That's nuns.
Nuns.
Yeah, they don't have sex.
They don't have no
I don't know if they get married eventually, but I know they
I don't think they'd be a nun if they married.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess you wouldn't be a nun if you married.
But
nuns don't have sex though.
Some God might call you to be lonely, to be by yourself.
Well, the thing about it is, everybody can't have a husband. Everybody can't be in a relationship. And let me tell you why I know that. Because right now,
I knew you was gonna go there.
Right now, I could tell you 5 or 6 of my wife's friends and cousins that ain't married. They single. They pretty much by themselves. They got kids and stuff like that, but they by themselves. But you know how many I could tell that's married? It's a whole lot less than you're gonna put the one thing up.
No, I'm just thinking like.
Well, I'm just saying that, and that's what I mean by that. And this is exactly what I mean. But if you implement what we're telling you and become a wife before you become a wife, then also too, women outnumber men 20-1. So if you implement what we're telling you and become a wife before you become a wife, you will find a husband or the husband will find you because you ain't supposed to be out there looking for no husband. The husband's supposed to be looking for you. But if you become a wife before you become a wife, then he can find you.
And there's no competition in your lane.
Exactly.
Just because, listen.
Because there's so many out here that ain't qualified.
Just because women outnumber men.
Yeah.
Right? That's even better. Because when he's getting ready and he start looking and searching for that wife, he already know it's not a big pool of these type of wives out here.
Yeah.
So you don't have to compete.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to compete with HOEs and thoughts and want people who just want to enjoy life and live this. What is this life called?
You only live once, YOLO.
No, where you just sleep around is not named like. I don't know what it's called, but they're just being free and having fun.
Yeah.
You don't gotta compete with them. You don't. You just stay in your lane. Work with what God gave you and watch God send you your husband.
Yeah.
But you gotta be ready for that.
Yeah.
You have to be ready, and not in a sense where you have it all together, but ready to understand that, hey, I'm a wife now. I have to submit. If I can submit to God, I can submit to my husband.
Exactly.
Because I know when I'm submitted to God, he's not going to bring me someone that's going to do me wrong. That's going to break me down.
Yeah.
That's going to take my wife qualities that I have inside me and use it, misuse it. He's not.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, man, submit to God first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let God
I like that.
do the transformation.
I like that.
Show you what a wife is.
Yeah. Go on get the healing now. You just got out of a bad relationship. Go and start healing now. Healing. See why that relationship went bad. If you have to, forgive him. Where you have to forgive him for yourself. Forgive him for yourself. You might write a letter. You don't even have to tell him. Write a letter to him and saying, "Hey man, I forgive you for what you done to me," and burn it out in the backyard. Or something like that. Or you can call him and say, "Hey man, I know you did me wrong. I forgive you," and just hang up on him. You need to do that for yourself. And as you do that, that's going to start your healing process. That's going to start your healing process so you can heal, so you can cultivate yourself into becoming that wife before you become a wife. But anyway.
And last thing, for real, y'all, last thing. Ask God what is inside you that's in your heart, in your mind, that keeps attracting the same type of man.
Hey, look. She had to go there, man.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look. You attract what you are. So if you keep saying, I'm attracting these ain't nothing men and all that, these men ain't nothing out here in these streets, you're attracting what you are. And you're attracting what you speak. You speak. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. You're attracting what you're speaking. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to keep coming to you. That's going to keep coming to you over and over and over again. Until you start saying, hey, my husband is on the way. My husband is on the way. I'm waiting on my husband. My husband is on the way. Keep talking to God about it. And that's what you're going to start attracting. You're going to attract your husband. Because that's what you're speaking into existence. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue.
You got to be very careful with that. That's why I always, when to talk about speaking into existence, faith without work is dead. You can speak whatever you want into existence. But if you don't do the work to become, you just going to miss an opportunity. You have a missed opportunity. So as you speaking it, believing it, do the work to become the person, to become the wife. Do the work. It's crazy when you said that because it brought a flashback. I went to the concert, the One Hallelujah concert, and it was like 4 or 5 women behind me, older women. And she was saying, yeah, I keep getting prophesied to that my husband is on his way. My husband is coming. My husband is coming. And, I'm just speaking and I'm praying and I'm just, I'm saying how they talk, right? And then you heard the other lady say, well, what are you doing? Like, are you preparing? And it was another conversation happened where it made me think like, so you just speaking, you just relying on the prophecy that, a person gave you, but you're not doing the work, thinking you don't have work to do. Because the next thing she gonna say, well, if he come, I ain't gonna be cooking and all doing that. I'm too old for all that, because she's older. I'm too old for all that. And just will start complaining about just because I'm old and set in my ways that he gonna have to deal with and settle with who he gets. So and that
like she can't get on YouTube and start learning how to cook and all that.
Not
stuff.
even that, baby.
But it's just that's one thing though.
But she's older and she
it don't matter.
So
it don't matter. He still want a woman that's gonna cook.
Yes.
On Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
But she immediately start going to what she's not going to do. But you are manifesting. You're speaking. You're believing and praying that God send me this man, and the man that you want, you don't even qualify for this type of man. This man, he would not pick you.
Yeah.
Because a husband requires certain qualities in their wife, in their women, that they have to have in order for them to become the person God called them to be.
Why you had to close your eyes on that?
Because you think about that. You're praying this prayer for this type of man, and you're not even this man type.
Yeah.
So you're wasting your time on your prayers. It's wasted prayers.
Yeah.
Because you don't even have the faith to do the work to become. But you just want to be lazy and go through the motion and just speak it into existence. That's why I say I have a problem with speaking to existence.
Well, you know.
Because people want to take the easy way out and then just say, well, God, you said if we speak things as though they were and as they were.
Well, you know, the Bible in Matthew 7:7 say, ask, seek, knock. Asking you will receive, seeking you will find, knocking the door will be open to you. That ain't just... When you get to asking God for something, you still got to do the work.
But they don't quote that one.
You still got to do the work, and you still got to have faith that it's coming.
It's gonna have coming.
Yeah, you still got to do that. Ask, seek, knock.
Take action.
Take action. Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
They ain't gonna quote that though.
They're not gonna quote that. They gonna speak things as though they were. As it's not as though they were.
Faith without works is dead.
You know, we quick to say that, but not understanding what it really means. Like, break down these scriptures that we be quoting so loosely.
Religiously.
Yeah, break it down. Read the couple of verses before and a couple of... Matter of fact, read the chapter so you can get a full context of what they're talking about so you can use these scriptures correctly.
Yeah.
You can believe these scriptures correctly because you know what it means to your core. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know... We let her keep going. She can go
I know,
on.
close this thing out.
We didn't want to go on a little too long. This is our longest episode in a long time. Well, anyway, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and send this to somebody who needs to become a wife before she becomes a wife. Or you can, even if you're a parent, you can send this to your kid, your daughter, and let them know what us men are out here looking for. You know what I'm saying? When we do decide we're gonna look for a man. I mean, a woman. That's a man.
That's the devil is
hold on. Now, I ain't looking for no man. But yeah, as we get to looking for our wife and whatnot, if you show her what we're looking for, then she can already start to become that or try to become that. And don't get out here and get to sleeping with all these men and whatnot.
And chasing this.
Yeah, chasing chasing that. I don't know what they
social norm, culture norm.
Chasing the daddy. The daddy, a lot of them don't have daddies in their life, so they be chasing the daddy and all that. But anyway, guys. You all right? Oh. Like, share, subscribe. God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of fun. Peace.
Bye, guys.